Why? Why? Just why? Why? What was the purpose of this? Okay, before I will get to the point of this video, I need to talk about the other things of this episode. First, the animation is still great throughout the episode. I noticed some animation errors, but for the most part, it was great, as always and throughout the episode. Next is Gudra returned to his home. It was said that this was the last time we're going to see Gudra, and he's not gonna be with us anymore. As much as I didn't like it and I wanted Gudra to be with us, I can see why they did this, and it was a very good reason why. Xerosicy returns, and his plan to bring back the Team Flare back and capture the 100% Zygarde and have him under his control. And this plot point is lackluster, and it makes Xerosicy here a really dumb person here. And this plot point was meaningless, pointless, and kind of unnecessary. Also, it didn't end up to anything, and it didn't accomplish anything. Xerosicy tells our heroes his plan, he kidnaps one of them, he followed them, and he was easily defeated and he was sentenced to jail. That's it. This plot point for this episode was so meaningless that I have to question why it was here in the first place. Also, like I mentioned, Xerosicy was pretty dumb here, climbing and asking for his help in the first place, where he knew he was going to outsmart him, but also it didn't end up to anything. Didn't Xerosicy learn from his last mistake? Well, the only good thing that came out of it, where Clement pretended to be Xerosicy under control, where he was really not, and see Clement a really clever idea outsmart Xerosicy. That was very interesting, but it wasn't enough. Also, the battle between Xerosicy and our heroes wasn't very good. It was really short, and Xerosicy was defeated really quickly, and also a really dumb way. I mean, seriously, he has one more Pokemon in his hands, and he could easily break Clement's metal arm and escape. Next is Quickie's last appearance with our heroes, and I have to admit, that was a really emotional scene. It was a really good scene when Bunny reunites with Quixie for the last time, and the music who plays in that scene is truly beautiful. Also, it was cool to see us Greninja Ultimate Form for the last time. One last thing I want to talk about is the music and the soundtrack. The soundtrack in this episode was very good and truly beautiful to listen to. I'm talking about the Japanese version. Okay, I think I said enough for the rest of the things of this episode. Now it is time to talk about the big point of this video, which is the release of Ask Greninja and why it is stupid and it makes no sense. Now some of you probably already know about this, but for the rest of you who don't know about this, what I'm about to tell you what the writers did here and the reasons why Ash released his Greninja, you are probably going to be really pissed off about this. So huge spoiler alert, and don't say I didn't warn ya. So here we go. The reason why Ash released his Greninja is because the two Zygardes, and they wanted his Greninja help because his Greninja is the only one who can sense the corrupt plant's whereabouts. And boy, I don't even know where to begin. First of all, why they didn't show us as Greninja's unique ability much sooner? Why didn't they show us this way before? Second of all, why the two legendaries cannot sense the corrupt plant's whereabouts? Are you trying to tell me that these two legendary Pokemon cannot sense their own energy, which what the plants were made in the first place? That makes absolutely no sense. Third, this came so forced that it was just painful and also really sad, but in a bad way. Fourth, if Greninja is away from Ash, how the hell he's going to be under his ultimate form? How he's going to be useful without Ash? Fifth, what was the point of Ash and his Greninja special bond relationship? And finally, what Ash accomplished with this? There wasn't no reason, and he didn't accomplish anything. He didn't make his Greninja happy with this, and it wasn't put together that well. I mean, hell, even Greninja knows that this makes absolutely no sense. I already imagine him now be like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? How the hell does that even make any sense? When the writers come up with this lame, stupid, meaningless, unnecessarily, nonsensical, horribly executed, lackluster, lazy, and forced reason why Ash Greninja has to leave was really pathetic, and it really pissed me off, as well as others, because Ash and his Greninja was one of the best things about this Pokemon season anime, and see the writers how they treat it like this, it really pisses me off. And they shouldn't have done this at all. There's also a couple more things that I need to talk about, and one of them is the Gora plants. And let's talk about them for a second. How are they still here? How do they still exist? Where did they came from? What is exactly is going on here? These are questions that I have that the episode never bothers to explain, and the writers never gave us a clear answer of some of these questions. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention, that Ash Greninja is the only fully evolved starter water type Pokemon he has. Well, okay, there's also Kingler, but that's beside the point. His Squirtle has never evolved, his Totodile has never evolved, his Corphish has also never evolved, Buizel included also Asuwat, and lastly, Palpito. You see where I'm going with this? Also, not to mention that his Greninja was one of his best and most powerful Pokemon that he ever had. One last thing that I wanted to mention, I heard some fans that Greninja will come back one day and he will be with Ash, which I completely disagree because, guys, this is the end. Ash and Greninja will not meet again. Greninja will be forever on Kalos, and Ash will continue his journey without him. Okay, I think I said what it needs to be said. Now, with everything I have said, do I hate the episode and I think it is one of the worst episodes of the series? No, not at all. As for the worst episode of the X and Y series, that's for another time. This episode is overall meh. It's not horrible, it's not anything spectacular. So that's basically all I have to say about this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you probably next time, when I'm going to review the last episode of the X and Y series. And fucking seriously, Ash going to school in the next series? Who thinks that this will be a good idea?